Where will the top defensive free agents land this offseason? In this video, I predict the destination for the top 20 defensive free agents this 2022 NFL free agency, giving you my prediction for their landing spot and 3 alternative team fits. My choices are based entirely on my opinion for what I feel makes sense, both on the field schematically and off the field financially. Before I give you my defensive free agency predictions, make sure that you do spike that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more BLV NFL free agency predictions just like this. Also get in that comment section and let me know which defensive free agent do you want to see your team sign this off season. Let's kick off the top 20 defensive free agents with the big boys up front. A return to Arizona makes sense for both Calais Campbell and the Cardinals. The Cards were routinely gashed up the middle of their defense in 2021, and Campbell has been one of the best run defenders in football for about a decade now. Zona has been aggressive, signing older players on short-term deals who they feel still have juice. Campbell still has the juice, and a team up with JJ Watt would be pretty fun to watch. The biggest reason Brandon Staley's defense failed to reach expectations in his first season with the Chargers is a lack of big people up front to take on and eat blocks versus the run. Akeem Hicks is a prototypical fit for Brandon Staley's scheme, who can cause havoc on the interior in both the run and the pass game. His presence in LA would greatly improve their lackluster defensive line. The Chargers window is open now, and another guy that could really improve this front seven is Vaughn Miller. For Vaughn, he likely wants to stay in the lights of Hollywood and LA, so why not just go to the other team in LA for a little bit more money and team up with Joey Bosa off the edge? These two could be dynamic together, and that powerful front four can help Staley be creative on the back end. A departure from the Don Martindale scheme could mean a greater importance placed on edge rushers. Chandler Jones is a sack master who is the perfect signing for a contender needing a pass rush boost. Hey, his brother played in Baltimore as well. There have been rumors floated out there in the past that the Ravens love them some Chandler Jones. So do I, and I feel like Chandler Jones fits Baltimore perfectly. The Seahawks have a history of taking risks on guys like Randy Gregory. Flawed, but talented. He would greatly improve the pass rush of the Hawks, and he did play in a similar scheme just last year with Dan Quinn in Dallas. Pete Carroll is the kind of coach who can unlock the true potential of the game wrecker that is Randy Gregory. Emmanuel Ogbah thrived under Brian Flores in Miami, a blitz-heavy scheme that utilized his athleticism and versatility to rush from multiple alignments. Another creative coordinator is in need of a big-time pass rusher, Don Martindale in New York. Brian Daboll and the men in the front office are familiar with Ogbah's work, having played him twice a year for the past 2 years in Buffalo. Ogbah could be the game changer on the edge that the G-men need. Harold Landry is an ascending player who is only 25 years old with the production to match. But staying within the same scheme would be wise for Landry as he's coming off his best season of his career. A reunion with former DC Dean Pease in Atlanta makes a lot of sense. The Falcons desperately need an edge rusher, and Landry would make a great complement to Jarrett, just as he did with Simmons in Tennessee. Hassan Reddick formed a partner in crime vibe with Brian Burns in Carolina. They really fed off of each other and were the perfect combo. And really, it was the bright spot of the Panthers in 2021. And the familiarity with Matt Rule dating back all the way to Temple does definitely help this relationship. So I believe Hassan Reddick finally gets a long-term deal with the Carolina Panthers. The edge rusher for hire, Jadeveon Clowney, might just stay put with the Browns. Clowney saw a return to form as Robin to Myles Garrett's Batman. Clowney very well could go to the highest bidder, as he always does, make it 5 new teams in 5 seasons. But I think the Browns value his sidekick ability and retain him for at least another year. Devondre Campbell had the best season of his career under Joe Barry in Green Bay, and really became a crucial part of this defense in all facets. A legitimate 3-down linebacker for the Packers defense. A defense that really hasn't had legitimate linebacker play in a while. So it would be a huge mistake to let him walk, and for Campbell, why would you want to play anywhere else? Alexander Johnson is an under-the-radar, excellent, highly intelligent player. Given his age, his position, and the fact that he's coming off an injury, I don't think he's gonna break the bank for any team, meaning it makes sense for him to stay put in Denver. The Broncos are transitioning to a new staff, but want to keep the same chemistry and defensive scheme. Losing the signal caller of that defense would definitely not be ideal. The playoff standout Jessie Bates is one of the best deep, rangy, coverage safeties in the game. His ability to quickly read offensive concepts and cover is fundamental to the Bengals defensive scheme, meaning he is as important as any other player on that defense. I can't see Jessie Bates or the Bengals wanting to move on, but it likely will cost a pretty penny in order to keep him around. For the Raiders' new defense, modeled after the Patriots scheme, they need a hybrid deep playmaker with the skills similar to Devin McCourty. A safety that can play single high, tackle well, and have versatility to play man and zone. Marcus May is just that type of player. McDaniels and the Raiders know him well, having played him in the AFC East, and I think that familiarity comes in handy when finding their leader of their secondary for years to come. Marcus May is a Raider. The Eagles' defensive system asks for intelligent, deep coverage safeties who can make plays on the football. Doesn't get much better than Marcus Williams, who can solve the Eagles' safety dilemma long term and fit Gannon's system to a T. Tyrann Mathieu may not be the elite playmaker that he once was, but he is still incredibly valuable to the Chiefs for his leadership, communication, and versatility. I'm not sure the Chiefs would recover if they lost Tyrann Mathieu. Spagnuolo's chess piece will be back. Gus Bradley is out. Patrick Graham is in, formerly of the Giants. Graham loves corners who can play man and zone coverage, and we know coming from New England, McDaniels values coverage players. If they can't land J.C. Jackson, expect the Raiders to focus their attention on Carlton Davis, a well-rounded physical cornerback who plays with the mentality of a Raider. I honestly have no idea if J.C. Jackson will be back in New England, but based on the faith that Belichick will do what is right, JC should be back with the Patriots. Plus, trading Gilmore and then letting Jackson walk would be a very strange maneuver for a defensive scheme that typically values a lockdown #1 corner. Under DeMeco Ryans, the San Francisco 49ers defense got a lot more creative and wanted to infuse more man coverage into their system. They just didn't have the bodies to do so. Enter Stephon Gilmore, who can be the team's new #1 corner, play man, excel in zone, and upgrade this secondary. He might be the missing piece of this elite defense. Quandre Diggs has been an absolute ball hawk in the Seattle scheme, complementing Jamal Adams very, very well. Seattle, they're a team that values safeties more than others. I don't think they let Diggs get out of their building. They have secondary issues already, and losing Diggs would just be an absolute backbreaker. Let's just say if D-Mac decides to leave New England, I will get slightly emotional. Maybe a bit more than slightly, but you get the point. This man is a Patriot till the day he retires. He's still playing at a high level, and Belichick loves him. So he will return to New England for potentially his final season in 2022, in which I'll still get emotional. Thanks guys for watching my defensive free agent predictions. Let me know in the comments where I was right, where I was wrong, and where you see these free agents landing in 2022. Thanks for watching. Peace.